How we doing? Good, good. Well, we're rolling along here. It always feels like it's too fast, too. But we've kind of finished our third week. We got 2 more weeks left. We'll have the 5 practices in the spring game. I think that without an overabundance of inventory that we're putting in, I think we're making some progress at getting better at some things that we wanted to focus on. And we've got lots of the different parts of special teams in pretty well, but we're not practicing a lot of those groups in total. We're practicing in bits and trying to give them a picture of really what they have to do technically on special teams, just like we do on offense or defense. So I think it's going pretty good, and I think I really like the vibe of the team. It's been all that part of it's been very good. I think that's been a good top-level thing for me, just watching this team, practice and work together, and that part of it has been really, really good. So I'm excited. Questions?
When you look at your guys in the trenches in particular, how do you feel the O-line and D-line? Are they kind of progressing at the pace you want right now?
Well, Brian just hit one of the big it's not question marks, but one of the big places that we have to be, continue to grow, and that's both lines. We lost 2 good players that came out early, and on defense, and then we had 3 starters graduate on offense. So, those replacement players and the growth and development of that group is really important to the success of this team. And I think that right now what I would say is we're going to be solid defensive line. We're still looking for guys to continue to develop as individual pass rushers. I think that will be a key element there. And I think we're going to have pretty good depth there. I think offensively, I feel pretty good. I say that because I was going to say cautiously good, because we still have a long way to go. But I like the look of the group, and I think actually that group is also developing some depth through the competition that we have. So, but it might be with what's left, besides depth in the secondary, which is another issue. Those 2 lines are probably our key issues for the season. How we do.
Do you like how Neville has run with the opportunity at right tackle?
David Neville has been not a surprise, but has done well, and I think in his new role looks comfortable. This is not overwhelming to him at this point, and that's encouraging.
We've seen him with, the backup line. Carlos and Khalil, they've had their moments in the backfield here where they've done a really good job. How have you seen them kind of come along, and are they the kind of players do you think they can push for major playing time?
Yes, I think that Sam is talking about the Davis twins inside, and they're doing well. I think that the factors for them are consistency right now in play, but as far as ability and what looks good out on the horizon, it's all good stuff. That's all a nice picture right there. Those are 2 good kids that have talent, that are making some plays, and frankly we need them to, either start or compete to start, and they're capable of that. Pardon?
Which running back has emerged so far?
I really like all 3 of them, and I don't know if I want to or can distinguish too much. The biggest deal, I kind of expected what we'd get from Newby, and obviously with what Devine did last year and how he finished, had a good feeling about that. But the pleasant part here has been Wilbon. He fits right into the mode with those guys, and so I'm excited about that. And I think that the position of fullback is good for us right now too. That looks like a positive deal. Yes, absolutely. And just his total involvement with the team. You're talking about playing some special teams, just playing football. I think he's elevated that part of it.
With limited life, how hard is it to get a good evaluation of those backs at times?
Well, I think that though you're right about that. I mean, you always want to see the finish, probably, but we get a pretty good picture athletically of what we're going to get, and the fact that at least two of them played extensively, you kind of know that what I think that end result is. I think that what we're seeing is that three guys can move in and out of that huddle pretty easily without much disruption, and so that depth looks pretty solid there.
On top of Sean's question, how do you balance wanting to get a good look and being real physical with not having injuries at the same time?
Yeah.
So like you guys have kind of taken it pretty soft, not soft, but you've held back a little bit. What's the thinking behind that, and how does you guys progress going forward?
We're practicing pretty fast and physical without trying to go to the ground, and the ground and piles is where injuries are often created. So I really want to get all the good practice and physical practice and fast practice that we can, and I really want to get as out of this thing as healthy as we can be. And so I'm telling you, blending that is not an easy task, but it's our job, and this is how we're doing it. We'll get these guys 2 or 3 live opportunities, including the spring game, and I'll be good with that. I really have changed a lot of thoughts about spring practice through the years, and I just don't want to come out of spring practice with, just a whole lot of injuries and a whole lot of nothing as far as execution. I want to establish some things technically that kids can do, and then strategically what we can do in a play, and leave it at that. Not try to accomplish everything out there at once. Let's just get some stuff done and come out of it with a good foundation.
10 years ago, would that have been your philosophy, or were you hey, let's do a live practice all day and all that?
Yeah, I think that probably there would have been much more live stuff, and I think that we probably would have tried to install every part of the game and we probably would have practiced for 3.5 hours or something like that. I don't know, but it is that's really changed, because I really try to look at, okay, what do we really get out of spring practice, and what's important to get out of spring practice, and I'm not sure we've hit on the final product yet, but I sure like what we're doing. Yeah.
So you've at times run against scout teams.
Yes.
So have you done that prior at Oregon State at all? And just what? Obviously, you want to get reps and repeat it, but what's the thinking behind it?
That's a good point, and it's good that you saw that. We have, for a couple of periods a day for the last 3 practices, 1 period a day, actually today, we have formulated scout teams, and we do that so that, defensively for a 12-play period, they can see some stuff that they don't get from our offense. Some empty sets at this time, some kind of bunch sets at this time, maybe some particular kind of zone read plays, but something that that we don't run, so they want to get some work on, that we need to get some work on in spring ball. And then offensively, we use it as kind of a focus period. Like the last 2 times we have done scout teams, they have been screen, draw, drop back, pass period. So there's a mixture of that stuff, keep the defense honest with a draw or pass, and then run some screens with it. So we get an emphasis of those plays, which we want to really do better on the screens. We have been, historically, a really good screen team. We were a really average screen team last year. And so we want to get that back. And so we've got a couple focus periods, and it's better done against scout teams sometimes than it is against the defense.
How did you feel like AJ and Patrick did here at the end? I mean, you gave them quite a few reps just by themselves.
Yeah.
kind of like a skeleton, but they also had an offensive and
team.
defensive line. So how did
Yeah.
you think they did? Each one of them specifically.
Well, I think AJ might have had his best day that I've seen him in a long time today. I thought he threw the ball with authority and decisive, and then Patrick continues to impress me. Patrick is a guy that doesn't appear to be fazed by where he is right now. He should be sitting in that classroom in San Juan Hills, going to history class or something, but he's right here in a Memorial Stadium playing ball, and he's not fazed by it, makes plays, has a Patrick has a nice arm, and he's going to be just fine. And like I said, I think AJ just had, one of the best days that I've seen him have.
Is Patrick's anticipatory skills, in other words, throwing the ball before the guys break, is that rare for a true freshman?
I think this guy is probably ahead of the curve on quarterbacking in general, and that's one of the most important parts of it that just come through experience of playing, kind of throwing a guy open, anticipating that break, knowing what the coverage is, how the ball has to be placed. He's got good thoughts about that already as a young guy, so that's all a bonus. He fits in very, very, very well. And, he's not going to be just totally out of place if we want to run him a little bit either. So.
It's a spring, too, for freedom at defensive end. Yeah. What kind of gains have you seen out of freedom this spring?
I think that almost minute to minute he's getting better and doing more stuff, and we need freedom to elevate into that guy that might be our pass rusher. I mean, and we need more than one, but he's got that chance and the ability to do that, and showed signs of that last year, right? So I'm just looking for him to continue to grow, and not grow bigger, but just grow as a player and get better and better as a every down guy, but particularly give us some stuff as a pass rusher.
Maybe this is tough to answer right now, but how's Pearson L progressing, and kind of what's your timetable or hope on that at this point?
80%, he said. That's what he said. So he's doing well, and I think that mentally he's feeling good about it. He's feeling good about how he's coming along, and that has to be one of the very, very best things for him, right? Just that confidence that it is getting better.
Anything else, guys?
Thank you all for being here.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.